The hallowed halls of educational institutions, often envisioned as crucibles of knowledge and equality, sometimes bear witness to the deeply entrenched malaise of caste discrimination. The recent Karnataka High Court decision to quash a caste discrimination case against the Mysore Education Society College has once again brought this uncomfortable reality to the forefront. The case, filed by the National Commission for Scheduled Castes on behalf of an employee, has ignited a debate about the jurisdictional boundaries of the Act and its potential misuse. This verdict carries far-reaching implications for the education sector, particularly for the protection of scheduled castes and scheduled tribes employees from prejudice and bias. At the heart of this case lies the experience of P. Babu, a computer technician employed at MES College. Babu, belonging to a scheduled caste, alleged that he was subjected to caste-based harassment and discrimination by the college administration. He claimed that his superiors often made derogatory remarks about his caste, creating a hostile work environment. Moreover, he alleged that he was denied promotions and other benefits that were rightfully his, while his colleagues from so-called upper castes were unfairly favored. These experiences, he contended, were a clear violation of the Scheduled Castes and the Scheduled Tribes Prevention of Atrocities Act, 1989, which aims to protect individuals from caste-based discrimination. The Karnataka High Court, after meticulously examining the evidence and the detailed arguments presented by both parties, decided to quash the case filed by the National Commission for Scheduled Castes against MES College. The court, in its comprehensive ruling, stated that the complaint filed by Babu amounted to a misuse of the SCST Prevention of Atrocities Act. The crux of the court's reasoning rested on the nature of Babu's grievances, which primarily revolved around service-related matters such as transfers and promotions. These grievances were not seen as instances of caste-based discrimination. The court opined that these issues fell under the purview of service rules and regulations and did not necessarily constitute caste-based discrimination as defined under the Act. The court emphasized that service-related grievances should be addressed through appropriate administrative channels. The court further observed that Babu had, at the time of joining the institution, agreed to interinstitutional transfers as part of his employment contract, thereby weakening his claims of unfair treatment. This agreement indicated that Babu was aware of and had consented to the terms of his employment, including the possibility of transfers, which undermined his allegations of discrimination. The Karnataka High Court's decision in the MES College case has reignited the debate surrounding the jurisdiction of the National Commission for Scheduled Castes and the potential misuse of the SCST Prevention of Atrocities Act. The court, in its verdict, emphasized that the Commission's authority does not extend to adjudicating service disputes, which are typically addressed through established labor laws and mechanisms within organizations. This interpretation, while clarifying the Commission's role, has raised concerns about the potential for institutions to exploit this jurisdictional boundary to shield themselves from accountability in genuine cases of caste discrimination. Section 5. Echoes of injustice drawing parallels with other high-profile cases. The MES College case resonates with other recent instances where allegations of caste discrimination within educational institutions have come to light. The Karnataka High Court's stay on proceedings against Infosys co-founder Chris Gopalakrishnan and 17 others, stemming from a former IISc assistant professor's accusations of unfair dismissal due to her caste, underscores the pervasive nature of this issue. Similarly, the stay order granted to IUMB faculty members facing accusations of caste-based harassment from a fellow professor further exemplifies the challenges in addressing such sensitive matters within academic settings. These cases, while distinct in their specifics, collectively highlight the urgent need for robust mechanisms within institutions to investigate and address complaints of caste discrimination effectively and impartially. Section 6. Implications for educational institutions, balancing rights and redressal mechanisms. The Karnataka High Court's decision in the MES College case carries significant implications for educational institutions across the country. This landmark ruling has set a precedent that will influence how similar cases are handled in the future, ensuring that justice is served while maintaining the integrity of educational institutions. On the one hand, the verdict serves as a reminder that service-related grievances should be addressed through appropriate channels and not be misconstrued as instances of caste-based discrimination. This distinction is crucial for maintaining a fair and just workplace where issues are resolved based on their true nature. Institutions must ensure that their service rules and regulations are fair, transparent, and applied uniformly to all employees, regardless of their caste or social background. This means having clear policies in place, regular training for staff, and a commitment to upholding these standards consistently. On the other hand, the verdict has also raised concerns about the potential for institutions to evade accountability in genuine cases of caste discrimination. It is essential that institutions do not use this ruling as a shield to ignore or dismiss legitimate complaints of discrimination. The onus lies on institutions to create an environment where all employees feel safe and respected, and where any instance of discrimination is promptly addressed. This involves not only having robust redressal mechanisms, but also fostering a culture of inclusivity and respect where every individual is valued and heard. Section 7. The Road Ahead. Ensuring Equity and Justice for SC/ST employees. The MES College case underscores the need for a multi-pronged approach to address the deeply entrenched issue of caste discrimination within educational institutions. Strengthening legal frameworks and ensuring the effective implementation of existing laws like the SC/ST Prevention of Atrocities Act remain crucial. Equally important is the need to foster a culture of sensitivity and inclusivity within institutions where diversity is celebrated, and individuals from marginalized communities are empowered to raise their voices against any form of discrimination. This can be achieved through sensitization workshops, diversity training programs, and the establishment of robust internal complaint mechanisms that are accessible, impartial, and efficient. Section 8. Conclusion. Towards a future free from caste-based bias. The Karnataka High Court's decision to quash the caste discrimination case against MES College has sparked a necessary conversation about the complexities of caste discrimination and access to justice within the education sector. This ruling has brought to light the intricate layers of legal and social challenges that marginalized communities face, especially in educational institutions where the promise of equal opportunity should be a given. While the court's verdict emphasizes the importance of adhering to jurisdictional boundaries and preventing the misuse of protective legislation, it also underscores the need for robust institutional mechanisms to address genuine grievances and ensure that individuals from marginalized communities are not subjected to any form of prejudice or bias. This highlights the critical role of educational institutions in fostering an environment where every student, regardless of their caste, feels safe, respected, and valued. Ultimately, the pursuit of equality and justice necessitates a collective effort from institutions, policymakers, and society as a whole to dismantle the deeply entrenched structures of caste-based discrimination and create an inclusive and equitable educational landscape for all. This collective endeavor requires continuous dialogue, policy reforms, and active participation from all sectors of society to ensure that the future generations inherit a world where caste-based bias is a relic of the past.